Hard to top the recent comments made, but I'll try. It's my great pleasure this afternoon to introduce Maliz Beams, my colleague and friend and CEO of the ING US Retirement Solutions business. I've come to know Maliz over the past 2 years, working closely with her since she's joined ING. Both of us are members of the ING US executive management team, and having another female voice at the table and in the mix of 9 highly accomplished, driven, and dynamic individuals is much welcome. And Maliz, if you have met her, you'll know is not shy. She is high energy, she's determined, and she's a woman of very, very strong convictions who has built a pioneering career in the financial services industry. Maliz grew up outside of Boston, typical New Englander, received her bachelor's degree in English and philosophy from Boston College in the late 70s. After college, one of her first jobs was at a startup company that was focused on expanding the use of electronic mail, a very novel idea at the time. Revolutionary, maybe. That experience made her realize a couple of things. One, just how much she enjoyed building a business that provided value and improved people's lives. And second, that she needed more education to further that path. So Maliz attended Columbia University, where she got her MBA in marketing and finance. In the mid-80s, she turned her attention to the financial services sector and never really looked back. Over the course of nearly 3 decades, Maliz has held diverse management and business leadership roles among some of the top financial brands, including Citibank, American Express, Fleet Financial Advisors, Zurich Scudder, and Tia Kreff. And we're now lucky to have her with us. Maliz has been involved in institutional and retail markets, in asset management, retirement, and banking, and has run both international and domestic businesses. Early on, retirement security was not seen as a national problem. But as Maliz listened to individuals from different walks of life, it became clear to her that this was indeed a growing problem and an issue that needed to be addressed. Maliz likes the challenge, but more importantly, she likes being part of the solution. And so helping young people save and plan, offering more effective financial and retirement advice, and ensuring that retirees' savings last over the course of their lifetimes, those were challenges and remain challenges. The business that Maliz leads for us is a cornerstone of our strategy, and it's one of the largest retirement platforms in this country. It's also the largest operating business that we have, generating approximately 60% of our operating income last year. To appreciate some of what Maliz juggles on a day-to-day basis, or what might come across her desk, let me just throw out a few facts. She has approximately 2,700 people that she's responsible for. Her business supports approximately 47,000 institutional clients, from the smallest of employers to Fortune 100 companies to the largest state retirement plans, and serves over 5 million individual investors. In total, she oversees a portfolio of about $330 billion in assets under management and administration. And I'd be remiss not to mention that Maliz has been doing all this in the midst of a rather profound transformation that we've been undergoing as a company. In the last couple of weeks, we rebranded and renamed ourselves Voya Financial. And last Thursday, we IPO'd our company on the New York Stock Exchange, and so we're now ING US transitioning to Voya Financial. What is most compelling about Maliz, though, and the reason she's so deserving of this Aiming High Award, is her genuine passion and commitment to her work in the retirement sector. She aims high to help her customers establish and protect their financial security. And when she's not immersed in the strategy and execution of her business, she is immersed at the national level on the broader policy issues and discussions regarding retirement challenges. Maliz is keenly aware and focused on the obstacles that many groups, but particularly women, face when it comes to building their own future retirement security. And she seeks to offer distinctive service, advice, and solutions to meet those needs. Maliz really personifies the mission of ING US, which is to guide Americans on their journey to greater retirement success and readiness, and to make a secure financial future possible, one person, one family, and one institution at a time. This mission is closely aligned with Legal Momentum's focus on ensuring economic and financial security for women and girls. As you might expect, Maliz did not achieve what she has overnight, and she did not achieve it without an exceptional amount of hard work, commitment, and unflagging family support. Like many female executives who grew up in our era, opportunities weren't always so easy to come by. But over the course of 30 years, Maliz persevered in our highly competitive and traditionally male industry. She has demonstrated what it means to persevere, to see opportunity, and to seize new challenges. As Maliz frequently points out, we have entered unprecedented times. The confidence that working Americans have about retiring with security and dignity, or even retiring at all, is at an all-time low. This serious national issue, one that can be even more acute for women due to continuing gender income disparities, time spent away from work as primary caregivers, and longer time spans. But despite these challenges, Maliz has seized this as a watershed moment to create greater financial empowerment and an opportunity to help individuals take control of their future. Maliz also believes in giving back, so she's active in her free time when she's not on her day job on a number of not-for-profit boards outside the workplace, including the New England Aquarium, the Columbia Business School Advisory Board, Junior Achievement Worldwide, and the Board of Governors of Mount Auburn Hospital. Maliz is a woman who truly enjoys and believes in her work and in aiming high both in and outside of the workplace. Last but not least, I want to recognize Maliz's family and their importance to her and her perspective, focus, and continued success. In particular, her best friend and husband, Jim, who's here today, and her 3 children, Keaton, Robert, and Morgan Lee, and Keaton is also here today. So I know Maliz is delighted to share this day with them and values their presence continuously, not only today, but every day in her life. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming Maliz Beams.
Good afternoon, and thanks, Bridget. That was a wonderful introduction, and let's give Bridget a round of applause. She was a 2010 recipient of this award. It is really an honor to be here with all of you today receiving this Aiming High Award. It's also really a privilege to be among so many outstanding men and women in this room, and to be recognized along with my esteemed Aiming High peers and the alum that actually are all in this room. On a day like today, and when you're in a room like this, surrounded by successful men and women, it's easy to forget that women in many parts of the country still need to feel that they have rights, and then they have a need to feel economically secure. It's very challenging for many, and in some parts of the world, as we well know, it's impossible. We're fortunate to live in a country where gender equality is understood and it's expected. It hasn't always been that way, we all know. And we know also there's always progress to be made. But that's why we're very, very fortunate to have organizations like Legal Momentum. Legal Momentum is dedicated to, quote, advancing the rights of all women and girls and ensuring their economic and their personal security. What an awesome and important and vital mission that has pertinence to over half the United States population. Imagine what it would be like if women, if mothers and daughters, our friends, our family, our co-workers felt a little bit more empowered, a little bit more in control of their lives. The purpose of this group truly, truly resonates with me, as it does, I know, for all of you here in this room today. Now, I come from a generation, a family of lawyers that actually stretch back 3 generations. I broke the link, but I appreciate it. And I do know firsthand the positive impact that advocates and those that are looking out for the less empowered have on people's lives. So I want to thank you once again, Elizabeth Grayer, for your leadership. And I want to thank the staff at Legal Momentum for the work that you do to advance this great cause. And finally, I want to thank Karen for organizing this wonderful luncheon yet once again. Thank you.
And now please welcome our final award presenter, Sarah Moss, 2001 Aiming High honoree.
Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
Hold that thought. Okay. Shouldn't have clapped, okay? Okay, so for most of my career, as Bridget mentioned, including my current role at ING US, I've been focused on helping people get their financial lives in order so that they can protect and that they can provide for their families and ultimately be financially secure. I've seen firsthand how critical it is for everyone, particularly women, to be economically independent, including in their retirement years. Growing up, I was very fortunate to be part of a family that were very diligent workers and savers. We had, quote, the New England work ethic I grew up with, and then that was all mixed in with kind of the Scottish practicality on my father's side, and then the Midwestern persistence on my mother's side. I have vivid memories of my siblings and me around the dinner table with our savings passbooks. I don't know how many of you remember those cardboard things. We'd make deposits and we'd watch the interest grow up penny by penny, literally. Seems like a lot like it is today. We did it without a lot of the extras that we actually could have afforded in order to save. It was not much at first, but we'd all compete, my siblings and I, to see who was saving the most. And all of us were surprised, but at the end of the day, how much we ended up putting aside. You know, as kids, savings wasn't a foreign or it wasn't an intimidating concept for us. It was fun. It was kind of a family sport. Saving in my younger days, though, helped me grasp the importance of, acting today with the future in mind. When I was 13, the significance of this concept became even more clear to me. My parents went their separate ways. That's quite common these days. But my mother, who was an extraordinary woman, did something that was not so common for her time. She was determined to become financially independent. She took classes, she earned a real estate license, and she worked very, very hard. My mother ended up building a very, very, very large and successful career, and she saved consistently so she could enjoy a secure retirement. She even left a sizable and really surprising financial legacy to her 10 grandchildren when she passed away at age 86, which is exactly what she wanted to do. My mother was an extraordinary role model for me, and my father always said if she was born today, she would make a fantastic CEO. In truth, she gave me the confidence and she gave me the belief in what I could become as a woman in business. Both my parents also supported education very, very intensively, and they had high expectations for their children, and that support was consistent and it was so critical. But my mother's experience in many ways is a larger story. It's about how women have broken barriers and economic barriers over the last number of decades. Women in America have seen their median incomes rise more than 60% in the last 40 years. Today, they hold over half of the management and professional jobs in the United States, and they control more than half of the private wealth of this country. Yet, despite this success, many women, as we all know, still face major hurdles when it comes to financial security in their lives. A recent study that was done by our ING Research Institute found that women on average have far less retirement savings than men, still. And only a quarter have a formal investment plan for retirement. And as you know, or you may not know, but be prepared, retirement these days are lasting 30 years without a paycheck. This gap is something that we're very, very focused on at ING, and we've formed a dedicated network of female financial advisors across the United States. They help us continuously sharpen our programs and respond better and more effectively and more quickly to the needs of women. We also support financial literacy that is meant to help everyone, but particularly women, gain the essential tools to pursue economic certainty and security. While helping today's working Americans get financially secure is only part of the challenge, we also have to engage the next generation, and we have to do that as early as possible. That's why ING is proud to support programs like our pioneering ING Girls Investment Club, which is now rolled out across the country. The program gives teenage girls hands-on investment experience, and they get to keep their gains in the form of college scholarships. We have come a long way from the savings passbooks that I grew up with, thank God. But honestly, when you see the excitement in these girls' faces as they research their investments and they make their investment decisions and they watch their money grow, you realize for the next generation of women, honestly, there really are no limits, and that's fantastic. This is just one example of how my role at ING intersects with my own passion. I truly enjoy and I believe in my work and being part of a solution that can address the great retirement challenge that we all are facing. The opportunity to help tens of thousands of institutional clients and millions of individual customers plan and save more for their retirement at a time when they need us the most is really an incredible opportunity, and I'm very fortunate to be a part of it. As I think about the experience and the opportunities that I've had personally in my own career, I must thank my own family. They have provided continual and extraordinary support, and I am profoundly grateful for it. Thank you. my best friend and husband, Jim, along with my youngest son, Keaton, is here with me today. My other two children, Morgan Lee, who is a sophomore at college, and my son, who is a senior in high school, are diligently at school. Keaton is playing hooky. They're going to get him back for that. My family unquestionably gives me my life meaning and strength, and that I have the ability to continually aim high. And I know all of you in this room give generously of your time and your energy to help women and girls also aim high so that they can achieve their full potential. And like me, you pursue these efforts with your own strong network of support, whether they are family or friends or colleagues. So I'm very proud to be among all of you today. And I'm very grateful to Legal Momentum for this wonderful Aiming High award. And I wish you every possible success as you help to shape the hope and the future of so many women and girls across America. Thank you very much.